Hello and welcome to Grace Yoga Practice for Hips. This is a hip opening practice. Grab your strap and a blanket and a bolster, and let's get started on stretching out our hips. It's going to be a great practice and I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started. Hi, how are y'all doing today? I'm glad that you're here. I am ready to do some yoga for the hips. How about you? It's gonna be a good night. I really need it. I'm really sore in my hips, and this has been a really good series for me. Why don't we go ahead and just get this party started? Howie. Okay, so let's come up to standing. Yeah. Go ahead and come on up to standing. And let's just take a moment here. Breathe, come to this present moment. And set an intention to have a good practice. I've got Guinevere here with me, so it's always good practice if she's with me right at the beginning. So one thing that we're gonna do is just walk the knees back and forth. I like for us to open with something called the Promise. And it's written, or it was designed by Mark Whitwell. He's a tantric yogi. He's written several books, and I think I can work around Guinevere. Well, I think I can. So let's come to the front of our mats here. Nice tall spine. We're gonna inhale the arms up. Exhale, let them float down. And also, can you hear the music? Let me know if I sound okay. Inhale up, exhale down. I have some music playing. I should. I can't hear it. That's kind of the sucky thing. Exhale down. So we're just inhaling our arms up and exhaling down. Inhaling up, swan diving down this time. Bending the knees, inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive down. Two more times. All right. Next time the arms come up, palms touch at the top, exhale, hands to heart center. And we're gonna step back with the right foot, keep the heel high here. Inhale the arms up, exhale, we're gonna swan dive down over that front bent knee. Inhale up, losing my balance. Exhale down, inhaling up. Exhale down. Plant the hands, kick off the back foot, step up. Inhale to halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Nice. Bending knees, sinking hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of heart center, walk the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, the hands down and bring them back in front of heart center. We're gonna step back with the left foot. Keep the back heel high. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan diving down. Inhaling up. Good. Planting the hands around the front foot, step up. Inhale to halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the knees back and forth, and back and forth. Bending knees, sinking hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Now in this one, Guinevere may have to move. I'll try to do my best to work around her. So we're gonna come to the back of the mat, come down to hands and knees, and we're gonna do cat-cow. So inhale, sink the ribs, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone, sink the hips back as you do so. Good. Inhale up, cat-cow the spine. So cow the spine, cat, and at the top of cat, you'll sink the hips back. Good. Inhale up, sink the abdomen. Very nice. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck chin and tailbone down. Inhale up. Good. We're gonna go back down, sinking the hips down, and this time we're gonna inhale the arms up overhead as we lift up into a semi-camel pose. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Oh, exhale down. Hi, Guinevere. I love you, Guinevere. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Pressing up, and then we're going to switch over to our backs. So this time I think I'll definitely need Guinevere to get off the bed. Come over here. Get off the bed, Guinevere. Good girl. All right. And coming down to the ground, just rolling down. So placing the heels underneath the knees, palms are down, reaching toward the heels. And as we exhale, we'll press the heels into the floor, send the arms up overhead. Inhale back down. Maybe switch the breath where we're inhaling up and exhale down. Ooh, this feels really good on the shoulder blades. Inhale up and exhale down. Bringing the knees in toward the chest. Inhale the legs up, arms overhead, exhale down. Good. Inhaling up here, exhale down. You're doing really good. All right. And I'm gonna switch to the floor cam here because we'll stay here on the floor. Hello. Make sure that nothing's funky going on. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee with the toes pointed up, and exhale, draw the left knee in toward the chest. Oh, thank you, hips. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna circle the knees, circle one knee, or draw a circle with the big toe. And circle the other way. So I was just, I had just live streamed a video game before this called Yoga Master. And I had been recommended the Ring Fit for the Switch, Ring Fit Adventure. I tried to find it. Man, it was not to be found. So I think that it should be made soon. It's just out of stock, and the only places you can find it are like used, and the price is almost 3 times as much, and I just not interested in doing that. All right, placing the right foot on the floor, left ankle comes on top of the right knee. Exhale that right knee toward the chest, and then circle the knee here. You're doing good. So let's think of an intention for our practice. So a good intention that I normally work with, and I'll just give it as an example here, is I accept my uniqueness. Another really good example, sankalpa is what it's called in Sanskrit, is I am beautiful, and that can go for anybody. I am beautiful. Feels really nice. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to separate the knees out, press them in together, kind of make the golden arches. You're tracing them with the knees here. Good. We're going to send the arms out to the side like a T, and then exhale the knees over to one side. And as you do, and you roll over onto the side of the hip, the left side, you might feel a little bit of just gentle compression there, and it might feel really good. Hopefully the sound is better today. If you are out there and don't mind, just give me the thumbs up or the Gracie bin, my emote for my subscribers. Oh my goodness, what did I do to deserve this? Dropping these to other side. Whew. And then we'll bring it back to center. Very nice. All right, so we are going to turn over to our side. I'm gonna place my mic back in my pocket. I'm gonna use this blankie here to support my head. You can use one too, if you like. You might also need a blanket for under the hips, because this is gonna be pretty intense here. We're gonna extend the legs long. We're gonna do a little bit of yoga latte here. So here we want a space. I know my shirt's kind of baggy here, but we want some space between the waist and the floor. So just a little bit of space. And the way you do that is you extend your legs long. So we're not just like goddess sleeping on the side, you know, on our sides, like or Godiva sleeping. No, we lift up out of the floor, we press the hip into the floor, and this is where when I first started doing this, I was really super sore on that one, on the side of my legs, on those IT bands, and it was really painful to do this. But I think after doing it for a few times, actually it's helped kind of release that. So we're going to inhale and then exhale that toe up just a little bit. So we're activating the top leg here, flex the foot, and move the foot down. Inhale it down. So inhale, exhale the toe up like you're drawing a line on the wall. And then you're using the heel of your foot to smudge that line down. Good. Your hand, if you're wobbly here, you can place your hand on the mat. Oops. Point up, flex down. I think that's number 4-ish. We start to feel it in our thigh. We're not collapsing onto the floor here. This is still raised. And the hips are very stable and still. Good, we can relax that down. I need to use a block on this because otherwise it doesn't feel very good for me. So I'm using my foot, lazily grabbing the block, right? All right, and place your knee or just gently on there. So we're completely relaxing this top leg. Completely just relax it. And here, oh my goodness, really tough. So just like we have that space here, we're gonna extend that bottom leg long. And it's gonna be a smaller movement here. So it's not quite as big. Exhale up. Inhale down. Or exhale and inhale up. So using that inner thigh on the lower leg only. So you will want to feel the desire to press into this top leg to make it happen. No pressing. This top leg is completely relaxed. Yoga lattes here. Hybrid yoga and Pilates. Ooh. And release down. All right. So let's come up onto our forearms. Move this block out of the way for now. We're just warming up the body just a little bit more. On your next exhale, we're gonna press the hips up and inhale down. So we're still staying long in the spine. I'm really sore on my arms. So crazy. We did a beginner's class last night. I must have done something on that class to make myself sore. I deleted that class, by the way. It's gone because there was an echo and I could not stand it. If this is too easy for you, you're welcome to send your feet out long and come up into side plank, as long as it's not too hard for your shoulder. Good. Returning back to the floor, bringing the feet in, having the heels about midline of the body, and then exhaling, bringing the top leg up, inhaling down. So keeping that space here on the side. Going really slow here, feeling the little shakes. So we're actually working the hips here. So I know this is yoga for hips, but we're working them, and don't worry, we'll stretch them out as well. I do think this has been helping my hips, this class, this series. I feel like they're developing muscularly as well as stretching out, becoming more flexible. Keeping that space here. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So rest down. Good job. Press it up and we'll go to the other side. All right. I'm going to get my blanket, my rolled up blanket pillow. Today's been kind of a interesting energy for me. Just a feeling of being exhausted. I don't know if anyone else is like that, which is why I know that, I thought, oh, my husband was coming in here and telling me something was wrong with the feed. Okay, but no, I guess we're good. Okay, so energy today was kind of weird. Okay, we want this space here. I want this, be able to see my fingers down here. Woo, I want to be able to see that. Space, long legs, stretching legs out long. And then on your next exhale, draw the top leg up, flex the foot, and back down. Kind of did a poor job on that last flexing of the foot. That's okay. Slowly moving, resisting gravity, not using momentum here. Keeping this here lifted, oops, and releasing down. Go ahead and melt. Okay, and bringing the knee over. A very kind person, friend of my family's passed yesterday. So just good thoughts for him and his family, and for my family members who are really close to him. Just good thoughts. All right, relax this top leg. Relax it down. And then this toe is not flexed, it's more pointed, but it's not like reaching either. It's not tense. You want to stretch it long, reach it long. And then exhale, lift the leg up and really focus on using the inner thigh muscles of that bottom leg. This leg's going to want to tense up, or relax it, keep it relaxed. I'm going to be starting my Yoga 500 this year. Really excited about it. I've been practicing yoga for more than 20 years. And I got my yoga teacher certification several years ago. I've been teaching ever since, live classes, and then started the Twitch streaming before the pandemic, like right before, because it felt like the right thing to do. Relax that top leg. One more here. Good. And release down. All right. Moving the block out of the way, bending the knees. We want the heels and the hips and the shoulders to be in one line, and then lift your heels so that they're at the midline of the body. And then exhale, draw up the clam, open the clam, and close the clam. Exhale up. Inhale down. Keeping this pelvis still, keeping the core stable, filling this space here. Good. Ooh, it's shaky. It's goodness. Yeah, I've lost about on the prime cleanse that I did last year, and then I am wrapping it up this year. I lost about 15 pounds. Is that right? 15? Might have even been 18. One more here, and then release down. And then we're gonna come up on the forearm. My hair's kind of wild right now. On your next exhale, lift up. Exhale down. No, I don't know what I'm going to do with this right now. I guess hold it. And down. Your hand can come down to your side, or it can come here to heart center. Ashwagandha. I'm just trying to think of some. Ashwagandha is one of the herbs that I was taking on the prime cleanse. I'm still taking it. And if this is too easy, remember you're welcome to extend the legs long. Stay long in the spine here, and come up into side plank. Breathing. Ooh, that really works the side here, the side of the abs, closest to the floor. And that's what it should be working. Okay, done with that. Let us continue on with our stretchy of the hips. So we're gonna come into our pigeon poses. I'm gonna put the blanket back in the center of the mat. Coming over onto hands and knees. We're gonna draw our left knee behind our left wrist, and then walk the left knee over to the right. Extend the right leg back, maybe point the toes back, or keep the toes flexed. Ooh, nice Waganda. There's Guinevere, she's so pretty. Staying up here, high pigeon. Now we did recline pigeon. It was one of the first poses we did. We were lying on our back and we crossed one ankle over the other knee. You can do that instead if this is just way too intense for you. And if you're new or visiting my channel, I encourage people to chat while I'm doing yoga or teaching yoga. You can walk the hands out, trying to make this an interactive experience. I know when we go into yoga classes, into like a studio, it is a lot more about going inward, about being in the present moment. And it is here too. However, there is an element of community here, which I think it's so important to keep that alive while we are not able to get out as much. And also keep that alive while there's so much craziness going around in the world. Taking our awareness and our focus to joyful things. Maybe you don't need the block. Maybe you extend the legs out long. Walking the hands back. Okay, we're going to switch over to the other side. So tuck the back toes. Send the feet back. We're going to meet in downward facing dog, pedaling the feet. So we are going to do the other side. However, let's practice this real quick. So placing elbows underneath shoulders. Tucking the toes under so the knees are under hips. And then we're going to walk the feet toward the body here so that the hips start to come over the head. And then we're going to lift one leg up. So starting an inversion here. Bring that leg down. We have to move the blanket. Lift the other one up. So we're just practicing our inversion. One day being able to take both legs up over the torso. Good. Staying down for just a little bit, just a few breaths. And coming back up to all fours. And taking the right knee behind the right shoulder, right wrist, walking that right foot out toward the left. Oh, thank you. Feels so good. How are y'all doing today? Oh. Just wondering how you're doing. How is this feeling? Remember, the more you have, the further forward your ankle is toward the front of the mat, the more difficult this is. And for relief and ease in the pose, you'll draw your foot back. Preparing to bring the head down. We're going to walk the hands out. We're going to practice splits today. I one day really want to do the splits. I think that would be so... It's bucket list. I have bucket list yoga poses. If you did not get an alert that I went live, go ahead and go to my up top there and make sure you've got notifications on so you get notified. Follow me, please. If you have suggestions for me, I have a suggestion box on my homepage. I want to make this the best yoga place on Twitch ever. Maybe you bring your head all the way down to the floor, extending arms out. I believe this is our 4th hip opening class that we've had, and I can already tell that my hips are starting to open a little bit more, so hopefully yours are too, and that you're seeing progress. Best yoga. Welcome. Okay. All right. Tuck the back toes, press into the hands, step into downward facing dog. All right, we're going to walk forward. Walk the feet forward. Inhale to halfway up at the center of the mat here. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe a soft bend in the knees. Crown of the head points toward the floor.
You can bend your knees just as much as you need to make your torso touch your thighs. And then bending your knees, sinking the hips, coming up with a flat back all the way up to standing. Palms touch, exhale. We're gonna step forward with one foot. This was one of the poses that I had done in the Yoga Master game. So we're gonna inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold. So this is starting to get into the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And on that Yoga Master game, I get bad on most of the scores. Most of the poses, because you're supposed to keep the dot. I guess there's a sensor on the joysticks, and as I'm holding them, you have to keep it still. So if you move during a yoga pose, you get anywhere from bad, not bad, to great, to perfect. On your next exhale, press the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, we're gonna step the other foot out. Inhale the arms up, exhale. You can bend that back knee, the one that is standing on the middle of the mat on the blanket. This is just starting to get into the hamstrings, preparing us for our splits pose that we're gonna try now. I'm gonna use a bolster so I can use it as support. You can use one as well, or a rolled up blanket, or couch cushion. On your next exhale, come up. You can use blocks to help you support yourself in that pose. And then I'm gonna grab it. It's just right. Yeah. Placing it over here. And then we're gonna take it down again. So just coming on down. So here we are. Practicing in our yoga splits. Wish I had like sliders. It's actually, I think it's more open to me now, today, maybe, I don't know, hopefully. Whew. But it's important also, hey, sorry, I got this. Hey Grayson, hey Dushka, how are y'all doing? I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I've been working on splits during this hip opening practice. I know Barb has a class right now. I really do want to make y'all's classes like, So, do y'all teach on Wednesdays, like during the day? Either of y'all? I'm curious. And if y'all are doing the yoga with me, we can chat afterwards or whatever. But I was just going to say on Wednesdays, starting next week, I'm going to be off on Wednesdays, so I'll be able to, off work, that is. So I have some plans for Twitch, I have some plans for other things, but that also opens up my schedule to be able to join if y'all have classes. So that's why I was asking. I'm glad that y'all are here. Shout out to Soft Giant. I called you Giant, but Soft Giant. Best yoga. I love the emote. All right, switching to the other leg. So it's also important, what I was getting at is that, yes, my goal is to one day go all the way to the floor here. But it's also important to let it happen and unfold naturally, not to force it, not to push it. Because when you force and push, that's when injury can happen. That's what we don't want. We want to grow safe. Just like Dushka taught me, it's like peeling an onion, the layers of an onion back, little by little. Rediscovering yourself again and again on the mat. And just feeling how amazing this actually physically feels. Just be taking some natural movements. I just feel really good here. Apparently I worked my triceps. I don't know exactly what I did, but we did about 4 chaturangas last night.
in our beginners class, so that could be it. I did hold the planks for quite a while too. I was explaining something and staying up in planks. That's probably what it is. Yeah, there's this video game I was playing, and I do like it, but what's crazy about it is that they make you, if they're in a lying down or a seated sequence, we're gonna come out of this, so press in. They make you stand up after every pose, so that's it's humorous. All right, so moving the bolster out of the way. Maybe you take your blanket and you fold it over and have a seat. Coming over to seated, we're gonna practice fire log pose and some other seated poses here. So first, let's start to get into the hips. So we're gonna place our right knee down where the foot is close to the hip. The left foot, sole of the foot is on the right thigh. Nice tall spine. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Press the fingers and palms up to the sky. Deep inhale, and then we're gonna reach the palms over toward the right. So stretching the left side body. So your right hip may want to come off of the floor. See if you can keep that pressed in as well. So try not to let it come up too much here. And keep both hips pressed down. The hair in my face. And down, releasing down. So we're gonna twist over to the right. Deep inhale, and then twist over to the left. Breathe, coming back to center, and then we'll switch the legs to the other side. Nice tall spine here. So even here, just here kind of gets into this left hip. Inhale, arms up, interlace fingers. Now we're gonna switch which thumb is on top. So switch the other way. Palms pressed to the sky. On your next exhale, reach over to the left. My friend had told me that she had a headache and she was using a mudra to get rid of her headache. So mudras are hand postures in yoga. And she said she could feel the pulse in her mudra. I'll demonstrate it here in just a minute. Reaching palms up, exhale down, sending the heart over toward the right. Maybe your left hand comes to right knee. Exhale the other way. Gentle twist here, not forcing or pressing, just being present. So the mudra that she did was ring finger to thumb. It's called Prathivi Mudra, and it helps to reduce blood pressure and reduce stress and stimulates digestion and assimilation, so it kind of gets things moving. So whatever she had that had given her a headache, it helped her process, and she said she could feel the pulse in her fingers. That was neat. All right, we're going to come to regular seated fire log pose. So placing the left shin parallel with the front of the mat. The right ankle is placed on top of the left knee. If there's space here, you can use a blanket or a block or a pillow under this knee, or you can just fuse that right shin to the front of the left shin. Now both feet here are flexed, the toes are pointed forward. So point your toes at me. And then feel the stretch on the back of this leg. As we sit nice and tall, it's okay if your knee comes up. There's no yoga enforcement here. I'm gonna walk the hands out. If that's comfortable for you, you can stay up if you like. Feeling the muscles of the hips here, just starting to gently unwind, release. If you notice that you start to clench the jaw, squeeze the eyes, just hold your breath, anything like that, it's a sign that it's too much. You're in the posture too deep. you want to back out just a little bit. So we're going to switch to the other leg. Take your time here, placing your left ankle on top of the right knee. Noticing that each side can be different. Nice tall spine, pressing the sits bones into the floor. Taking in a deep breath, using that constriction in the back of the throat. Exhale, we're going to begin to walk the hands out. Only if you choose, make sure your toes continue to point forwards. This was the side on me that I went really deep into the pose and I started to get numbness in my foot. And I thought, oh, no big deal. And so I stayed there for about 3 minutes. Oh my goodness, the feeling in my foot didn't come back for about 2 weeks. It was no good. So that being said, if you start to feel numbness or tingling, you're overdoing it, need to back out of the pose just a bit. Just let it unfold naturally. Let the layers of the onion peel back when they're ready. And walk the hands back. Good. Very nice. We're going to take a wide leg kind of pose here. So sending the left leg long, the right sole of the foot comes here against the inner thigh, the left leg. Inhale the arms up. We're going to turn our shoulders toward that extended leg and reach forward. Wherever you go is fine. You can use your strap if you like around your extended leg. If I can reach my strap, I'll demo. So you can use your strap here. It doesn't feel very good if your heel is digging into the floor. So a trick for that would be press your heel outward, like you're trying to press it against the wall. And what that does, it encourages the calf to press into the floor, and the heel, it takes the pressure off of the heel. So then the extension and the support of the leg is more balanced through the leg rather than just on the heel. And then we're going to take this to the other side. Nice tall spine, inhaling arms up and reaching over toward the right foot. Demoing using strap here. This is even just feeling my foot, and you're so right, Dushka, about it being like an onion and peeling back and rediscovering yourself on the mat. Because even I feel this where the lats come up into the shoulder here, the base of the shoulder. Oh my goodness, that space is so tight. Oh, it feels so good. Breathing. We did the promise at the beginning of this to warm up. And then walking the hands back. I don't know why I'm rolling that up, because we're just going to use it in a little bit. So we're going to come up into Malasana. So since we have our blanket right here, it's perfect. You may not need any type of prop here. For me, I do. I place my heels on the blanket. I can test it without, see how that's progressing. Seems to be coming along pretty good. So I'm trying to get my heels down to the floor as I stay up with a straight spine. So I was gonna try to wobble my way to the side so you could see, but that's all right, we're good. So just have a straight spine. You can also support your hips if you need to sit on a block, that's okay too. Let's see if I can take my heels wider. That might feel, yeah, that feels much better. Oh yeah, nice. Hip opening pose here. There's just some poses that you do like in your own personal practice, and this one may not be one that affects you the same way that it affects me, but it just is very empowering, very empowering. Drop your pelvic floor, squeeze the pelvic floor on your exhales. Release the hands down, maybe just go ahead and find a seat. Oh yeah, feels pretty good. So getting even more into our hips, we're gonna continue to practice our cow face pose, cow head pose. So taking your left heel, placing it near your right foot here, and then placing the other on top. You have a space between here. Once again, you can use some sort of prop, like a bolster, folded up blanket, something between the knees. Nice tall spine. So the opposite leg that's on top, we're gonna take that hand up. And then we're gonna pat ourselves on the back. Then we're gonna reach around, placing the fingernail polish side of the hand on the back. So I am gonna turn so you can see. So here, so they touch. So if we're mirror image, it would look like this. Maybe the fingers touch and maybe they don't. If they don't touch, use a strap to create that hand-to-hand connection. Another amazing stretch for all those lats that come up, the lats that come up into this area here. It's a very nice stretch for that. Turn back around. And if you don't have a strap, you can use really almost anything that doesn't stretch, like a belt or clothing, anything. Grab a shirt, as long as it's not too stretchy. And when you're ready, we're going to release that and switch to the other side. So the music that's playing is by Rebecca Reed's. Opposite hand goes up, and then we keep the top of the hand facing the spine. Maybe fingers touch, maybe they don't. Just know that where you're at in your practice is exactly right. Maybe close the eyes for just a moment. Sense into the body. Take your awareness to your hips and your breath. And releasing. You can stay there a little bit longer if you like. If you feel like it was too short compared to the other side, take your time. And we're going to take it on down to the floor with the strap. Placing the strap around the ball of the right foot, extending the left leg long. Taking the strap into the left hand. Right hand goes out by your side like a T or cactus arm. Then we're going to draw the foot across the body, just slightly keeping the right hip on the floor. So we're not lifting this right hip just yet. We're going to keep both feet flexed. Gaze can be up toward the ceiling at this point. And here's a great place to add a mudra. You can add that mudra where the ring finger and thumb are together. And when you're ready, you'll draw the foot across the body even more. Let your right hip come up. Let your left outside edge of the foot come to the outside edge of the mat. Here. Did I say that right? Outside edge of the foot come to the floor or the mat. That's better. And then your gaze will go in the opposite direction of your extended foot in the strap. So opposite direction of the strap. Very nice. Maybe make tiny circles with the strap. If it's too much, you can always back out and ease out of it and make those tiny circles. And release the strap to the sky. And we're going to switch to the other leg, either in the air or down on the floor. Taking the strap into the right hand, left arm goes out by your side, or cactus arm here with the mudra. Prativi mudra. So slightly drawing the left foot across the body, keeping the left hip on the floor. Just here at first. This is really good to do this because it gets more into the hip, less into the spine. Remember to keep both feet flexed. And breathe. Coming into this present moment, releasing all fears, all thoughts, all concerns, anything that is going on outside of this practice. It will still be waiting for us when we are through, so we can let it go for now. And then exhaling that foot across the body even more, letting the left hip come off the floor, taking your gaze out toward your mudra. Maybe making small circles with that foot, with the strap. Oh, Guinevere. She's so peaceful. Mindful circles here. And exhaling, releasing the foot back to the sky, grabbing the strap, bringing both feet up. Now we already did an inversion in this class, but we'll do one more here. The intention of getting rid of cellulite by gliding our hands down the leg, down. It's actually not so much getting rid of cellulite as it is getting rid of a lymphatic backup. Yeah, the Prime Cleanse has been a wonderful gift for me. It has helped me to cleanse my system, lose overall in total 15 pounds since I did that last year with Dushka. Such a gift, Dushka. Thank you. Thank you. And releasing the strap, hugging knees into the chest as we move into our final pose. A very challenging pose, even though we're not actively stretching. It's a very difficult pose because we keep our mind still. And you can place a blanket rolled up or a bolster underneath the knees. We extend the legs long, or you can take any other pose that's comfortable for you. If lying on your back isn't comfortable, you're welcome to take any other position, such as lying on your side, or even sitting up if you would like. Just gonna come to the present moment for the next few moments, actively bringing our awareness back to our breath, the focus of our awareness. As distractions come up, just let them go and return your awareness back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath now. Stretch arms and legs. Make your way over to one side. One more breath being supported here on your side. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up all the way. Nice seated pose here. Hands at heart center. Thank you for joining me today for this hip opening practice. The divine light and grace that is in me recognizes and loves the divine light and grace that is in you. Namaste.